So 16 to 20. Next segment. Obviously,
Okay.
we're counting down, so I'm expecting you to start with 20, so as
And
not
not
to mess
16.
with me. That would be weird.
That would be really stupid.
What do
Okay.
you have in the number 20
My
spot?
number 20 is Legram from Cold Steel 1.
Let's see.
Somewhere in the middle.
It's middle-ish.
Middle-ish.
It's on my list.
I'm not surprised by that.
There it is, 313. What a fun little call and response from like a variety of woodwinds and a flute.
Yeah, it really is. It's one of the few town songs I have on here. It's just so good.
Hold that note.
We gotta do the 1, 2, 3 as well when it comes up.
Okay. Because it's weird.
Because it is weird.
And it could have looped here and been fine, but instead, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
I feel like my movements are not in sync, but I know I'm in sync, so whatever.
Yeah, the video has a
Sound
slight
is
delay.
weird.
It's milliseconds, but it will keep you off the direct beat.
Yep.
Up to you again. I gotta save mine.
Great town theme. I think it matches the aesthetic of Legram, like the town itself. It's got a medieval sound. The town itself is sort of medieval in design. It's a great little tune, and like the weird rhythms and stuff. I mean, I'm sure music majors can just dig into this song and find all sorts of weird stuff in it, and that's really appealing and fun.
I love irregular beats.
Mm-hmm.
I'll save the rest of my thoughts for later.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right, my number 19 is Altina from Cold Steel 2. This song surprised me a little bit. I like barely remember it in the original or like in the game, but I enjoy it. So
This was on my next 25.
Oh, okay.
Not my top 25.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of interesting. Well, I'll talk about it after.
Okay.
Weird, sad robot theme.
It is. It's perfect for her. And mysterious.
You know, the build-up's quiet enough that I can at least say part of this.
Yep.
It's interesting, this becoming more interesting to me in retrospect, because in 2, Altina's fine. But, you know, she matters so much more in 3 and 4.
Yep. And it's interesting because she's one of the few characters who has her own theme as far as I can tell.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of a unique distinction as well. I think it's nice and quiet.
Mm-hmm. It's telling to me the amount of work that goes into video game composition, because in my head, and maybe this is true, maybe it isn't, the folks with Falcom Sound Team were essentially like, okay, here's a picture of Altina. Here's like a 2 to 3 sentence description of her. Make a theme.
Yep.
Because it seems like it fits her personality-wise. It has that sort of metallic sound to it that fits with Climb Elias. So it's just interesting to think that you're composing dozens of songs for every game, and sometimes you're coming to these cold as a new project, and it's like, all right, here's what you have to work with. Make a soundscape.
Yeah.
It's neat.
And it's funny how a lot of times it's really fitting.
Yeah. I mean, it's not necessarily the hardest thing in the world. It's intuitive, right? Because, again, you look at Altina and you go, okay, so I kind of get this vibe, and maybe you just see a picture of a town and you go, okay, so like this is more of a deserty town, so we'll go for this kind of sound and these more like Middle Eastern instruments or whatever, right? But nonetheless, to make full songs out of it is still just, as much as I love music and I have certain ideas about what I think I understand and what I don't, the composition side, how you pull these from scratch, I do not understand for the life of me.
That's the part that's so impressive to me.
Yeah, that's neat. What are we on, 18?
Yes.
I don't have my numbers in front of me, so I have to keep them in my head or just risk being wrong.
Don't worry, I have my full list in front of me.
Hey.
So my next one is Senko no Yukue. It's essentially the opening one from Cold Steel 2. I don't know if we need to listen to the whole thing or not. Do you have,
I have the opening size one?
Okay. I think that's fine. The full version is better, but I don't know if we need to listen to like 5 minutes of it. So.
That's okay. We can always tell people to seek it out if they haven't heard it somehow, but why are you here then?
Yeah, it's true.
If you just want to hear it again, then go find the full version.
Yeah.
This one I knew was going to be on your list.
Oh, I'm sure you did.
'Guitar licks'.
I love this opening so much.
Yeah,
I
it's
love the
interesting.
visuals. Go ahead.
Certain songs evoke certain memories, and this intro sticks out in particular. Like the scenes of people just kind of looking sad, different Class 7 members,
Yeah.
and then just like Crow and Rean going at each other
Yeah.
are always like embedded with this song for me.
Mm-hmm. I can see the images in my head as I'm listening to the song. It's so good.
It's not on my list.
Well, I guess I'm not surprised. I have a sneaking suspicion of an opening that could be on your list, but
Yeah, one.
Wait, from one or one song?
From one.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. You don't know which one yet.
I was going to say,
will
I hope
say,
it's...
the full version of that song is actually not on the soundtrack, so you don't have a choice. You only get the short version.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. The full version is really good. It's on YouTube somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not hard to find.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so 2 for 8 so far in overlap. That's pretty cool.
You know what? I like it. I'm good with it.
What do you got in the 17 hole?
17 is Heimdall, Cold Steel 1.
That has a weird name at the start of it. Something, something, something of Heimdall.
Oh,
I want to
shit.
say it's on disc 3. Vermilion Capital of Heimdall, 308.
This sounds like a thing.
I know this because it's on my list.
Ah, there you go.
This opening is so playful.
It is. I love those too. I don't know what they are, but they're my favorite.
Some kind of percussion-y thing. It's back. I mean, it is the Heimdall leitmotif.
Yep.
So, what better place to start than the original?
Mm-hmm. And it's amazing how the leitmotif is kind of fun and playful here, and it can be really sad or epic in different tracks, how they're able to transform it. Coheed and Cambria is a band that I love who also does that with their leitmotifs. They have a lot of recurring melodies, and some of them are like depressing, some of them are like really epic, and it's anytime games or bands or whoever does that, it's like up there.
I mean, look, if I had to pick one soundtrack to listen to for the rest of my life, it'd be Final Fantasy XIV because I'm cheating. But God, there are so many different uses of that. So many different themes come back over the course of time, and some of them are combined together, and they all tell a greater story because of the characters involved or the setting. Or
yeah,
I love that stuff. What a great way to make the player feel connected, both through the through line of the game and also just an individual moment by tying everything together. It's on my list. Can't talk about it.
Yep.
16, the last one in this video.
All right, might be controversial for some folks.
Uh-oh.
Aria, Holy Saint, Holy Spirit from the Super Arrange soundtrack.
That doesn't sound that controversial. I was worried it was going to be something like, God, I can't really think of an example of a really bad track off the top of my head. There's a couple you don't like.
Well, that's for sure. But I was just thinking, I know a lot of people don't really care for opera or operatic singing,
Well,
so,
they fucking suck.
But, I mean, that's fair. Also, you suck if you don't like this track.
It's on my list.
Yay!
Such a gentle beginning to this, and then it swells really quickly.
The crescendo is beautiful in this song, and it is a crying shame that we don't get the latter half of it in the game.
Yeah.
I feel like you miss out on this song if you don't get the full experience, and that sucks.
They needed to do it at least once. If they didn't want to do it each time when you were going through, I get it, because it made a better loop when you're going through these dungeons.
Sure.
But to not have it play even once.
Even once!
Here she comes.
Castle! There we go. There's
It's
a
in
lyric.
English.
It
There's
is.
lyrics. quiet. A little quiet. A little quiet.
Little quiet moment.
A little quiet. I was able to hit these notes. I only tried once. I won't ever try again.
Was I here for that?
Yeah, I was in the middle of the Cold Steel 3 playthrough. God knows what part.
I don't remember that, but that sounds amazing. I was gonna say, that was quite the feat, good sir.
Yeah. I hit it the first try. I'll never try again.
It'll only go downhill from here.
Hide from me. Listen. And a big ending for fun.
If I listen to this after not listening to it for a while, that big crescendo and swell, like, I get chills. It's so good.
Yeah, like you said, massive mistake not putting it in the game.
It's such a shame because I feel like most people, they think of this song and they're like, "Oh, it's so annoying," and blah. And I'm like, it's such a shame because I don't know how many people would have sought out the track to be like, "Oh, hey, there's actually this whole other half we don't even get to hear."
Yeah, kind of the risk you run with any of the super arranged versions is that they're either using the game fleetingly or not at all.
Yep.
It's kind of a cool side album, but the fact they brought some in, I almost wish they'd done it more, you know?
Yeah, very true.
But no complaints from me. It's on my list. That's what, 3 of 10?
I think so. Yeah, we're getting there.
30%.
30%.